The Smart Money Woman, Season 2, Episode 10.
Tami.
How did you know I was staying here?
Come on now. Bobby knows everything anywhere in the world. Huh? Okay, on a more serious note, I saw your live and I messaged Zuri and she told me where you were.
Of course.
Tami, I was thinking maybe, we could do something later today. Maybe I could take you shopping and then from there we can go do like an intimate dinner, just us.
Us? Bobby, there's no us.
Oh, come on, Tami. I told you that this Sabrina girl didn't mean anything. It was literally like I was masturbating.
Bobby, can we just stop playing? Like, I'm tired. What do you want?
What do I want, right? All right, I want us to be like we used to be. Like back in the day.
That's not enough for me.
But Tami...
I don't want someone that's just half in. I want someone that wants me. Just me. Can you do that?
I mean, I could definitely...
Look, Bobby. I want more. And you clearly don't have it to give, so I'm not going to force you to give what you don't have.
So are you saying that this is like done to end us? Because I flew all the way. I've been trying.
Goodbye, Bobby. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Bobby and Tami. The girls are on their way to South Africa. They're all flying first class except Tami, who's stuck in economy because she didn't follow Lara's link to upgrade. All this to say that Zuri looks too hot in white. So hot, it's almost inappropriate. Bobby follows Tami to South Africa. She hasn't been talking to him since she found out about him and Sabrina banging. Now, I'm hashtag Team Bobby, Season 2 Bobby for sure. But boy, is he making it hard. When explaining that his thing with Sabrina was nothing, he says, quote, I told you that Sabrina girl didn't mean anything. It was literally like I was masturbating, end quote. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, I must say it again, women are people, full human beings with a lot more to them than vaginas. Men like these who reduce women to nothing more than wet holes to stick their dicks into are not only repulsive, they're dangerous. Anyone who refuses to see and acknowledge your full humanity is dangerous. In this way, Bobby and Shola are the same person. Women are just interchangeable sex objects. I cannot believe he says being with Sabrina was like masturbating. No one is saying you have to be in love with every woman you have sexual relations with, but by God, you have to see them as full human beings. As individuals separate from other people, you have to value them beyond the fact that you derive sexual pleasure from their bodies. I hate that for men, women are nothing more than sex objects. And according to the narratives in our culture, once he stops seeing you as a mere object, that's how you know he really loves you. Then we celebrate that because you've made it out of the crap pile without asking why there's even a crap pile in the first place. There doesn't have to be a crap pile. If he thinks of or treats other women as disposable and interchangeable, he'll do the same to you. Even if, perchance, he doesn't eventually treat you the same way, there's nothing to celebrate about a guy treating you well if he treats other women poorly. He must respect all women, period. Anything less makes him dangerous. Tami tells Bobby she wants more. The more she wants is exclusivity. She wants someone who wants just her. One interesting thing about Bobby is he didn't seem bothered when he bumped into Tami out on a date with someone else, even though they were hooking up. I liked that about him. No jealousy nonsense. If I was Tami and Bobby didn't say shit like it was literally like I was masturbating, I'd be in an open relationship with him. Like, I don't get why she wants exclusivity when she was checking out Dimeji on their Sunday outing by the pool. She even inquired about how rich he was, like she was truly mulling over his advances. Why does she suddenly want exclusivity because Bobby was with some other chick? How is that different from Shola wanting Zuri back just because some other guy expressed an interest in her? Capitalism and patriarchal society have really warped how we perceive relationships. Now your person is like this toy that only you get to play with. And when someone else plays with it, you get upset. Like, dude, we tell kids all the time they can share their toys and they'll still get to play with them the next round. There's no reason why Tami and Bobby have to be exclusive. None of them seem suited to that lifestyle. They're free bird types, these two. They should have just set some guidelines about their open relationship, like safety first on hookups, no dating anyone I'm working with or in my field, and such. They do not need to be exclusive. Oh, I've never seen Bobby so muted. Like, that whole Sholai after they break up sequence didn't move me a single bit. But Bobby in that wrinkled sweater made me go like, Tami, come on, just take him back. I kept going back to the scene during her showcase when she expressed surprise that he was there, and he told her he always shows up for the people he loves, and he loves her. Like, not a single one of Shola's declarations of love hit me like that one.
Where's my baby? Tell me, baby. So proud of you. Congratulations. What is it?
Why do you think he'll come?
Papa, how can you say that now? You know that Bobby shows up for the people that he loves. And I love you, baby. So why are you going to say that? My fashion mogul. See, right now in LA, Amina Mwari is somewhere shaking. She's afraid of the Nigerian nightmare that is coming. So proud of you.
Thank you.
What can I say? Apparently a Yahoo boy with game can bug me. Every day you live, you learn. I hate this breakup. It hurts me. Okay, I hated the breakup a little less after Bobby's performance at the club. What the hell was that? Public declarations of things like that are manipulative and a terrible idea. I get it. It's what he knows how to do, what usually works. But Bobby, you're going to have to dig a little deeper this time. You know I waste no time feeling sad for men, but Bobby's face after Tami walked out and he sat down? Oh yeah. Can somebody give him a hug? Can we have a spin-off on Tami and Bobby? Arese, come here. I know I've said some really judgmental things in the past, but I'm willing to walk 10% of it back. Okay, 5% of it back. On the record, I'm willing to walk 5% of it back if you can promise a Tami and Bobby spin-off. Also, to the public at large, if you're out there and you're writing Tami and Bobby fanfic, won't you send me a link?
I'll send you some flowers. Baby, please don't ignore them. You know it's just some flowers.
Enjoy. Cheers. Thank you.
Our connections were too evil. I know that. Maybe it's needed to chill out. Don't need it down. Don't need it down. We gone. We should have found a long time ago. Don't let it down. We won't. Don't let it down. We found a long time ago.
Love stories for the rich. So Lara met this hot guy, I guess, at the hotel gym. They had a moment that I didn't feel at all, not even a little bit. And then he asked her out, said something about showing her South Africa through his eyes. Cute rich people things. Serious rich people things that include taking a helicopter ride. Why? Why can we only tell love stories about the rich? I don't get it. I mean, I kind of do, but why are we like this? We live in a world that has more poor people and more middle income people than it does rich people. So why are all our love stories about the rich? Why do we refuse to let the everyday person see themselves in love on screen? I don't know if it's because we have such disdain for the poor and such a desire to be rich that whenever we get the chance, we distance ourselves from the poor and ally ourselves with the rich. I think part of it is the fact that romance has become synonymous with money. Movies and TV shows can only conceive of peak romance as financial extravagance. So romantic things are like a dude buying you flowers and taking you to an expensive restaurant and flying you to the country of your dreams and depositing a couple million naira in your investment account and chartering a private helicopter to show you his country. If he's proposing, romantic is this big production at some exotic location with a cameraman and videographer on standby and the kind of ring that will get tongues wagging everywhere you go. Things that are out of reach of an ordinary person. Things that make it look like romance is just for the rich. All the while, romance has little to do with money. A lazy evening walk can be peak romance. You can enroll in a cooking class and cook together. Heck, maybe even pick a random recipe you both want to try, make it together at home, and dine by candlelight. You can spend the day creating a playlist that best represents your relationship. Wash your girl's hair, explore a museum together, start a book club for two, slow dance to music at home. These things require little money, if any. They are not exclusive to the rich, so why do we act like romance is some big money thing that is only accessible to the wealthy? Can't we see poor people as people with a desire for love and companionship just like rich people? Does poverty mean you are now flattened to this one thing alone? Like normal human people desires no longer apply to you. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We imagine if you're still worrying about affording your basic needs, you can't possibly be capable of higher things like falling in love. I hate this so much for us. Wealth is not the ticket you must have to access love. Love is for everyone who is willing to give and receive it. A salty soul who I'm almost certain I'll never quote again once said, "We all need love." If you're a person who writes stories, please write ordinary people in these romance stories we have decided are reserved for the wealthy. One of my favorite Tami and Bobby scenes was when they were just hanging out in his car. The make of the car didn't matter. All his money didn't matter. It was all about the way they were looking at each other and the warmth that was in that car. One of Zuri and Shola's best dates ever was the one where they were in his house playing a game. The writers eventually ruined it with money talk, but it was so nice seeing them just playing, making fun of each other, enjoying each other's company. You don't need to be rich for this. One of my favorite season 1 scenes was of Ladun and Bode, obviously. In this scene, they're in bed. Bode's dad has just died, and he's worried about the family's finances. The way Ladun holds him while comforting him, wow, beautiful. That has nothing to do with how much money you have. It's just something loving couples do for each other. Can we just write ordinary people like this? Please? Can you put us on screen loving and being loved? Anyway, I missed Ladun and Bode so bad this season. R.I.P. Karibi Fubara.
Hi. Sorry that I'm late. Do you guys order this for me? Yes. Listen, man. Where have you been? Just out and about. Yeah. What did you guys eat today?
Nice try. Don't try to make this about us. Spill.
How am I making it about you? There's nothing to spill. You took me to a vineyard and that's it.
Poor guy. I'm sure she was talking about work throughout.
And actually, I was.
Trusting men. Lara's late to meeting the girls because she was busy spending the whole day with the gym guy. The girls asked her to spill about her day, and my shock when I realized that she hadn't told them where she was, that she hadn't been updating them the entire day. Wow. How are you going to disappear in a foreign country with a nigga you just met one time and not keep your location on the entire time? Like, my God, what level of delusion is this? People go on dates in their own countries and send their friends location pins, and you go on a chopper with a guy you know nothing about and didn't think to tell anyone where you was? My God, dude, even teenagers know to tell someone where they are when they are with a boy, especially a boy that's new to them. You know nothing about this person. The most dangerous place for a woman is in her home, at the hands of men known to her. We know that. But yo, stranger danger is a thing for a reason. At least 1 in 3 women have experienced male violence, usually from current or former intimate partners. About 6% of women have been subjected to violence from someone who is not an intimate partner. This figure is likely to be much higher because of the stigma associated with it that discourages reporting. Now, South Africans, don't come for me, but I have to do the stats for your country because that's where this happened. South Africa has been called the rape capital of the world, and while that's contested, the level of violence against women in South Africa is staggering. Human Rights Watch quotes a survey that found that 36% of women in South Africa had experienced physical or sexual violence at some point. SABC reports that South Africa has among the highest rates of femicide in the world. World Population Review says South Africa was ranked the worst for international homicide of women and was the only country to receive an F on the index. Women are not safe anywhere men are present, but if you go to a country with one of the highest rates of gender-based violence and femicide in the world, maybe keep your friends updated about where you are at all times. At all times. I'm not saying taking all these precautions will keep you safe. Nothing women can do can guarantee their safety. Nothing. Men are the problem. Men's violence is the problem. However, telling us where you're at and who you're with can at least help us know where to start looking for you or your body and who to ask for questions. I could never be this delusional. I could never have this much faith in a man. Not me, bruh. I stay distrustful of ex-wives. All of them. All of them. The proposal. Shola comes to South Africa to surprise Zuri. It's kinda sweet. I didn't want to find it sweet, but I did. Then they saw this baby and gushed over it, and guys, I guess that means they're going to have kids. I don't like that. They should just do the dink, dual income, no kids thing. Also, Zuri's fucking hot in white. What? I can't. Like, girl, calm down. Take it back a notch. It's too much. Goodbye to the smart money woman. Before I say goodbye, Here's a random mix of other things I thought throughout the season that I didn't get to touch on. Everyone looked so hot this season, just hotness everywhere. The girls chilling poolside was by panic levels hot. Zuri's swimsuit and wrap, too hot. Adesso in the yellow, wow. Later on, Lara in the green dress and Zuri in the yellow number she had at the game. Jesus! Tami always brings it, but this season, oh, like when she went to Bobby's childhood home, she was so beautiful. I was confused. This season, Tami and Zuri had me in a chokehold. Whoever dressed the girls was the real winner this season, the real MVP after performances, which were also stellar. The other winner was Shola, whose performance blew me out of the water. He was so good. Lara good, guys. Bobby won my affections in ways I would have fought anyone who predicted it in season 1. Like, how do I love every scene a whole Yahoo boy is in? In my defense, funny men are potent, and Bobby made me laugh far too many times. There's an episode of Friends where Joey's sister ends up pregnant, and Joey, livid, asks what she was thinking, and she says he was funny. Joey utters the immortal line, "If he's funny, laugh." So I laughed. At least I can confirm I'm not pregnant. Certainly not by a Yahoo boy. I loved Tami and Bobby's storyline. It's easily one of my favorite this season. Someone get them their own mini-series. I want more of that story. Shani Sunny was an interesting addition and so hard. Damn. Same with Dimeji and the new chick whose husband lost their money, and the guy with the thighs to die for who was hitting on Zuri. Everyone was so hot this season. Either that or I'm just... Okay, let's not do that. Shola's beard and Zuri's ass, did you see that? So hot they were almost independent characters. Wow. What can I say? I enjoyed getting to know the girls, and despite my bitching and moaning, I'll miss them. I missed Ladron terribly. I missed her and Bodhi so damn much. Rest in peace, Karibi Fubara, the best Bodhi. Thanks for coming on this long ass journey with me. I loved it and I appreciate it. Until next time. Love life. Love me. And stay